wasn't a lie, was it? Uncle Peter did write to say we had jobs there if we wanted them. There was an expressive shrug of her shoulders as she maintained her concentration on the image in the mirror. All you did was fib a little about whether you were accepting the offer or not. I suppose so. Carrie sighed and leaned heavily against the doorframe. Absently, her hand reached up, separating a strand of dark hair from the others to twist it around her finger. It's just that when you love someone, it doesn't seem fair to do all this maneuvering to trick him into doing what you want. Todd loves you. He probably would have eventually got around to popping the question. You simply adjusted the timetable in your favor. You'd made it so obvious that you were in love with him. It was only just that you find a way to make him declare his feelings. The first sentence was the only one Carrie heard. I'll never be able to understand why Todd Riordan would love me. He should marry someone like you, who's beautiful and witty. Not someone shy and average like me. Jill tipped her head to the side, her honey gold hair curling about her shoulders. Her long hair was expensively clipped to achieve that studied style of tousled disarray that only the very beautiful can carry off. On the outside, Carrie, you may be the average all-American girl with your brown eyes and brown hair. Your face and figure might not be spectacular, but inside, you're a very beautiful person. Opposites always attract, anyway. Todd Riordan has a very strong protective instinct, and your innate shyness brings it to the fore. Plus, I think he likes the way you worship him with those brown eyes of yours. There was more on the tip of her tongue that Jill didn't say, but she thought it to herself. Todd liked the idea that he was intellectually superior to Carrie. He needed someone he could dominate, never domineer, since he wasn't the type. Jill had always guessed that the woman he married would be a brown moth, not a butterfly. He was a very ambitious young man. It wasn't that he would have objected to sharing the spotlight with a beautiful wife. He wasn't that self-centered. But Todd Riordan wanted to be certain in his own mind that his wife was sitting at home waiting for him without a gaggle of admirers ready and willing to amuse her in the event he was late coming home. Carrie's ego was very fragile, and Jill had spoken the truth when she had said that Carrie was a beautiful person inside. Not for anything would she intentionally hurt her friend by pointing out some of the more callous reasons why Todd Riordan wanted her for his wife. I wish you wouldn't talk like that, Jill. Carrie frowned, twisting the lock of hair tighter around her fingers. You sound so cynical when you do. I prefer to think of it as being logical and realistic. Her lashes were already long and curling, but they needed a coating of brown to better define them. Jill artfully stroked the mascara brush. Men are tall little boys. Oh, they each have their own personality, but inside, they're still little boys. Once a female recognizes that fact and treats men accordingly, she's already the winner. All you have to do, Carrie, is praise them when they're good, withhold their treats when they're bad, and play their games when there's something you want them to do for you. That's easy for you to say. There isn't any man you can't have if you want him. A faintly envious note crept into Carrie's voice as she studied the exquisitely feminine features of her roommate. Features that could change from sensually alluring to innocently young with hardly a blink of an eye in between. That's true, Jill agreed matter-of-factly. The mascara brush halted in mid-stroke, the rich azure color of her eyes deepening when she glanced self-consciously at Carrie's reflection in the mirror. Lottie, that sounded conceited, didn't it? I didn't mean it that way. You're not conceited, just confident. If I looked like you, I probably would be too. As it is, I'm just glad you don't want Todd. The strand of dark hair was released.